Sekarang aja 9:20. All right. Woohoo! Welcome back.
Selamat malam.
How are you guys doing? Selamat pagi dong.
Malam di sana, Sas.
Ini subscribers semuanya di LA, Zimbabwe,
Oh iya. Jadi berarti selamat pagi,
Milwaukee,
siang.
Hadir, ya seperti itulah mereka.
Selamat pagi, siang, sore dan malam. Ya.
Alright. Hari ini Ibu akan hadir, tapi belum karena dia jadwalnya jam 10 or something ya. Dia udah siap tapi dia ada kerjaan dan dia bilang gua nggak mau 1 jam. Waktu saya mahal, dia bilang. So yeah, but she will come. Kita akan tanya Ibu ini itu. You can ask Ibu whatever you like about entrepreneurship, about life, about anything. And this is what I got for Christmas. This is itu kayak 23andMe gitu ya. DNA apa? And Angga iri karena saya dapat. Terus Ibu bilang, saya punya satu lagi buat Angga. So tadi pagi Angga juga dapat.
Yeah.
Kita bisa lihat kita dari mana gitu. Ini manusia dari mana? Ya, kita tahu dari Indonesia, tapi mungkin nenek moyangnya, I don't know. Aku tebak kamu ada Afrika sedikit, misalnya like Afrika Arab, mungkin like Maroko gitu mungkin. Karena ayah kamu dari Aceh ya?
Enggak, dari ayah lahir di Siantar di Sumatera Utara.
Oh, oke.
Ya.
Tapi banyak orang Arab di situ dulu ya?
Ayah ada Minangnya, ada Medannya. Sumatera Utara apa? Medan Batak ya?
So we're gonna open this up. Why don't you go through the subscribers? I'll open this and you see. Oh, ada yang dari Pamulang, hah?
Ya. Banyuwangi, Subang.
Pamulang.
Pamulang. Ujung Berung. Ada Ujung Berung. Kumaha Lur, Damang. Ya, saya nonton bola Indonesia lawan apa ya kemarin? Singapura ya. Tapi yang sama Thailand saya belum nonton. Nanti aja lah nonton ininya. Nonton highlight-nya. Kalau menang, ya saya tonton. Kalau kalah, saya nggak nonton.
Ibu, don't forget your PowerPoint presentation.
Halo Belanda. Waalaikumsalam. Jakarta, Pontianak.
Ya, dari banyak dari Indonesia kali ini ya.
Ya.
Oke.
Halo Borneo.
Kalau di channel ini,
pada lagi pada nonton ini bola, Sas.
They're watching bola?
Indonesia final lawan Thailand Piala Asia.
Oh, really? So it's just gonna be us and the ladies then?
Itu cewek juga ada yang nonton.
Yeah, are you leaving to watch the game?
Enggak. Saya nonton highlight-nya aja nanti.
Okay.
Kalau menang.
All right. Well, you could do 2 screens.
Tuh, lagi nonton. Putri aja nonton tuh.
Oh, Putri nonton.
Nonton bola maksudnya.
Oh, gitu.
Okay.
Oh, ada yang newbie katanya Dini loves cheesecake. Oh, aku newbie here. Have a nice day. Oh, thank you, Dini. Yeah. All right.
Ya, Indonesia harus juara lah sekali-sekali.
French.
Ya. Wah, tuh lagi pada nonton bola, Sas.
Okay. Welcome to, aku baru buka ini kotaknya. Ada ini. And it says, welcome to a whole new world of personal discoveries. You probably know some of your family history, but what you can learn from your DNA can make a profound impact on how you see yourself. Thanks for choosing us to learn more about the story of you. Yeah. And you know, aku penasaran ini karena you know what? My father was born in a castle. Karena pokoknya bapaknya kakek itu like I don't know, steamboat tycoon apalah gitu. Anyway, so my dad grew up in a castle until he was 6 and then he became an orphan. Tapi ya. Berarti
uyut kamu tuh ya?
That's my great-grandfather. So my great-grandfather was some steam engine tycoon guy. Neil Wentworth McDonald. And so, yeah, you can Google him because he had a sunken ship. Ada yang diving nemu ship di bawah air, and then ternyata itu shipnya my great grandfather.
Wow.
Yeah, and he made the paper a couple years ago. Anyway, so maybe I have some special people. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we're special too. I mean, even though we're not tycoons, but everyone's a winner here in Nova Scotia. Okay. Activate your kit. So aku dapat notification kalau aku harus activate my kit gitu. They want my data, guys. They want my data. They want my DNA. They want my phone number, my email address. They want to know when I pee in the morning. Oh, jadi ini spit in the tube gitu.
Aduh, Indonesia kalah lagi. Oh, belum selesai ya, 0-1. Okay.
I would love to love bola with you guys, but I tried to like watching sports and tidak bisa. Tidak bisa. But I'm happy for you guys that like it. I support you all. Okay. So I spit in the tube. I replaced the funnel with the cap, tighten to release the stabilizing fluid, shake the tube for 5 seconds, place in the bag, and mail in your sample. So we just spit in the tube.
Okay.
Nah,
Muhammad Fahrul Rahman, udud seberaan di dia, anjir mahal lah pokoknya. $20, berarti 200.000 sebungkus.
Kenapa ada yang bilang try NordVPN and access video? What do you guys?
Oh, untuk nonton bola ya?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody did the 23andMe and the result is fun to read. 24andMe? Is there another one? 24andMe? Or is it 23andMe?
Saya mah orang biasa, bukan keturunan kerajaan Sunda Empire. Have you know about
You'll
Sunda
never
Empire?
know gitu.
Yeah.
Maybe you are anak raja, babe.
No,
Kita harus cek dulu.
Raja. Yeah.
23andMe, ya. Pak Angga, kalau tes DNA gitu emang datanya cukup ya untuk orang Indonesia?
Kayaknya ini untuk orang mana aja bisa.
Ini aku nggak tahu nih. Ini kasih tahu like, oh kamu 25% dari India, 70% dari mana gitu. Like kita belum tahu kamu campur apa. Orang Indonesia campurnya banyak.
Yeah. Yo, nasi goreng sambil nonton bola, anjir mantep tuh.
Oh gini. Gini tube-nya.
Ini apa sih, ludah ya?
Kita harus ludah di sini, taruh di sini, kirim ke mereka.
Okay.
Prepaid post. Udah dibayar, jadi nggak usah.
Oh, okay.
Pay the post office.
Sent to Ireland?
What? Response paid.
Irlandia itu.
Mom, this goes to Ireland?
What?
This DNA test. Airmail to Ireland. Prepaid.
Wow. Okay.
Impor. Ternyata.
Z masih tidur. Oh, itu ada keluarga sederhana di Bali.
Apa?
Nanya Z mana? Z masih tidur. Nonton bola. Iya, pengen nonton bola. Cuman saya ada kerjaan lagi nih habis ini. Mau nerusin bongkar rumah biru.
Oh ya, nanti saya datang ya. Tapi banyak subscribers yang bilang bahwa bahaya itu circular saw.
Oh iya.
Dan ada yang hilang bagian dari jarinya.
Iya.
Itu kamu baca itu juga?
Iya.
Aku nggak pernah respon lagi itu, tapi saya baca. Tapi saya tidak respon satu-satu. But I read them. Ya, aku tidak mau kamu kepotong jarinya, Beb. Kasian. Alright. Okay, spit. Should I do it now? Should I spit in the tube now?
Kamu mau ini live streaming apa mau jualan ini?
I tidak mau jualan ini.
Okay.
So we'll spit in the tube later. Pokoknya subscribe and then we will make a video ketika results-nya sudah datang. So kita akan dapat tahu itu si Sasa itu makhluk dari mana, Angga itu makhluk dari mana, oke?
Oke.
Ya, karena mungkin aku harus
Hmm.
hati-hati bacanya, mungkin harus
Nanti salah lagi.
ya agak harus precise gitu karena it's medical and stuff. Alright, this is fun.
Ibu Lois masih kerja karena waktunya dia mahal banget kan. Jadi dia maunya mulai nanti jam 10 katanya. Jadi dia kerja dulu.
Ya.
Karena waktunya ibu lebih mahal. Apalagi sekarang ada Z.
Ya.
Ada gangguannya
Oh my
kalau
god,
Z bangun udah deh.
Z
Ibu nggak bisa kerja.
Sini,
Itu tuh.
I call it harassment. Ya, jadi diikutin terus kayak anak bebek. Mas Angga, kulitnya tambah putih.
Oh, sekarang saya udah 1 minggu ini pakai ini apa? Ngikutin Sasa sama ibunya pakai skincare apa?
Oh,
Bukan
Angga
bukan skincare ya?
Angga got skincare for Christmas too. Nggak tulus semua. So he got some moisturizer and yeah. Cause di sini kulitnya kering guys. Dan mau cewek mau cowok kenapa nggak pakai moisturizer? So Angga sekarang cerah kayak wanita-wanita di iklan.
Kang Angga tidak jerawatan, apa rahasianya sih? Rahasianya adalah saya tidak puber lagi. Jadi
Did you get pimples when you were a kid? When you were a teenager?
Iya, waktu anak-anak kan kalau udah mulai jerawatan, oh kamu berarti udah mulai puber nih. Kamu tahu puber kan? Ya. Sekarang udah nggak puber lagi.
Aku jerawatan setelah umur 20 sampai 25. Tapi remaja tidak, tapi 20 sampai 25. Mungkin aku telat puber. Oke. Kak suka Free Fire nggak?
Apa itu?
Api gratis. Hah? Ibu Lois, where's Mr. Clark Kent?
Oh.
Ya, Lois itu.
Ya, like Superman.
Kata ibu masih cari Clark. Hasil tes DNA-ku pakai Ancestry DNA Kit. Nenek moyangku dari Thailand.
Wow.
Aku juga nemu sepupu yang match dengan DNA-ku, tapi sayang kami tidak tahu dari sisi nenek atau kakek kami. Okay, this is really cool. I'm really excited. Marcella asked, what will you guys do on New Year's Eve? Nothing ya. Just hang out.
Nyalain kayu bakar kalau saya mah.
Kayu bakar. Ya.
Bikin Indomie goreng.
We'll make some Indomie goreng.
Pakai bakso sekarang karena ada bakso.
Ada bakso. Kamu masih punya bakso?
Masih punya bakso, ya.
Oh, kamu irit sama baksomu.
Ya, saya pelit. Cuman saya doang yang
Oke. Itu berantem tuh, bukan berantem, tapi tidak setuju ibu sama Bibi di seberang. Kalau Bibi dia mau party. Ya, tapi di sini kan kasusnya meledak tuh. Jadi ibu bilang, kan ngapain party, gila. And then yang satu lagi, ya cuma setahun sekali ini. Saya tidak datang. Oh, kamu tidak diundang. Wah, gitu. Biasalah. So kita tidak ke sana. Kita di sini aja berempat.
Oh, ini ada sepupu aku, ada Norma tuh.
Oh, Norma. Norma dari Garut?
Orang Garut tapi sekarang tinggal di Dago.
Oh, orang Garut terkenal tuh.
Ya.
Salam dari Tasikmalaya. Oh, Tasikmalaya lagi. Nonton Indonesia versus Thailand dulu. Oke.
Kasih tahu aja menang apa kalah.
Come back and tell the group. Sasa dukung Indonesia di final. Kenapa tidak? Kenapa tidak? Saya dukunglah. Good luck for you guys.
Kenapa nggak fokus skill worker aja nggak? Saya belum tahu fokusnya mau kemana karena saya masih urusan imigrasi dan izin kerja. Jadi ini mah hitung-hitung iseng aja belajar suatu hal yang baru sama bantu ibu mertua biar nggak diusir.
Alright. Free Fire kayaknya game deh, Mas Angga. Free Fire.
Ya, Zi lahir di siapa tuh tadi?
Somebody asked if Zi was born in Tasik.
Ya, ini Lutfi Ainun Nurani. Zi lahir di TM TMC, iya Tasikmalaya Medical Center kan? Iya itu rumah
Nggak
sakitnya.
tahu ya.
Iya,
Mm-mm,
benar-benar.
mm-mm.
Hmm.
Ya, soalnya ada dokter
Oh,
kita suka
oke.
praktek di sana dan di Bandung. Tapi kalau kita lebih ke timur, makin ke timur makin murah. Ya,
Nah, pokoknya kalau di kota besar, kata dokter siapa namanya lupa lagi aku.
my
Dr.
doctor.
Max.
Ya.
Dr. Max bilang lebih mahal bayar dia di Bandung, jadi lebih murah di Tasik. Ya udah kita.
Ya, dan kamu
Tasik.
tahu kenapa saya bisa dapat dokter dia? Karena aku googling, karena aku di kampung waktu itu kan. So I'm googling like dokternya yang mana, di mana, and then pas aku Google keluarnya kalau di daerah itu keluarnya nama dia, and semua orang bilang dia ganteng kayak K-pop star gitu. Oh kayak Korean drama gitu guys, and then chatting bukan karena dia dokter bagus, tapi karena dia kayak I don't know di film Korea or
Iya,
something.
waktu pas chatting, dia pas ketemu kan memang keren dia kan.
Keren.
Dokter bagus sih ya, maksudnya.
Keren. Tapi
ya, baik.
Tapi di internet dia terkenal itu karena itu ibu-ibu pikir dia seperti putih kayak orang Korea di drama itu.
Yeah.
And so they're not talking about how great he is. Oh, and rame itu
Ya,
waiting roomnya penuh.
Kliniknya penuh.
Gitu semua orang semua ibu-ibu itu apa namanya? Kecengan.
Idola ibu-ibu.
Ya lah gitu.
Idola para ibu-ibu lah, ibu-ibu
Ikhlas
hamil.
saya tunggu 4 jam ketemu Dr. Max. Okay.
Oh, itu Ibu Lucky yang ngirim bakso.
Oh, really? Lucky.
Ya. Iya, Ibu
Lucky Cat Kitchen?
Ya. Nuhun, Bu. Nanti masih ada, Bu. Sekarang saya yang masing-masing cuma boleh dapat 2. Jadi kalau mereka dapat 2 semua, saya yang paling banyak.
Ya bagus lah. Guys, mau nanya, toko kayak Target atau Michaels yang jual art supply? I really want to buy some while visiting Canada. So what kind of store? Stores that have art supplies.
Itu Michaels ya?
Michaels ada?
Ada. Saya baru googling tadi malam. Karena masih Boxing Day kata Ibu, dan besok kita mau ke Woolfield. Di sana ada banyak mall. Jadi saya googling ya bener itu Michaels art supply-nya keren-keren.
Yeah, and we were in New Minas, kita lewat.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, I want to go in there.
Yeah. Jadi
tapi kita ke sana.
Besok kita ke sana.
Yeah. Prof Lois itu ibunya Sasa. Nanti kan jam 10 tampilnya. Mom, your fans are already asking when you're coming. Soon.
Ya, jam 10 tank kata ibunya Sasa.
Ya.
Ya itu siapa nanya tadi? Orang Indonesia kayaknya bisa dapat kerja di Kanada.
Oh, Susan. Sasha, do you have some advice about getting older? I just turned 25 and I feel so old. I would feel like ancient when I turned 30. You should, karena in Indonesia, everybody's so young. So like the average person is like 15. So like you feel old in comparison, maybe. Yeah. And then people start calling you old when you're 27, 28, 30, and then they start calling you, benar tua lo gitu. They already start saying that in Indonesia, but here they don't. I feel younger here.
Berarti
if it wasn't for my arthritis.
Berarti advice kamu apa? Pindah ke Kanada aja gitu.
Yeah lah, go to the place where they don't shame you for getting older.
Yeah.
Do you want to get older or do you want to die? Because those are the options, right? But yeah. Tapi itu mungkin itu itu quarter life crisis gitu yang orang menderita di zaman sekarang. Midlife crisis, quarter life crisis, ya seperti itu. I hear a lot of that. Maybe so it'll pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pura-pura ini aja, pura-pura apa? Nah, makanya mungkin kalau dari saya tipsnya nggak usah ngerayain ulang tahun tiap tahun nih. Iya,
Bohong.
jadi nggak usah dirayain maksudnya. Jadi kan nggak bakalan ingat,
Right.
ya kan?
Okay. Anyway, there are lots of great things about getting older. You get wiser. There are other things that you get along the way. So yeah.
Alergi ini Jun Yap. Alergi Anda sekarang gimana? Kalau minum susu kentut dan baunya parah. Tapi sekarang saya itu apa namanya? Minum obat apa itu namanya? Bukan Celestamin lagi, apa?
I don't know what you're
Yang kamu
drinking.
beliin.
Vitamins?
Bukan, yang putih itu loh.
I don't know what you're talking
Wah,
about.
kamu yang beliin obatnya.
I don't know what
Pokoknya saya
drugs
minum
you've been
obat
taking. I didn't.
yang ya mungkin kayak Celestamin kali. Pokoknya saya makan.
That's for your joints.
Oh iya, salah.
Kamu
Oh iya. Ya pokoknya udah nggak. Pokoknya sekarang alerginya berasa kalau minum susu kentut. Parah baunya.
Alright. Angga and Sasha, saya punya ide bagaimana jika kalian jadi agen imigrasi Indonesia ke Kanada, pasti banyak yang mau. Wah, you gotta apa-apa izin, apa-apa ini. I don't want to go to law school to do that.
Kayaknya itu kalau jadi agen imigrasi di sini kayaknya itu suatu pekerjaan yang sangat serius gitu.
Yeah.
Karena
you need to be like a paralegal or something.
Yeah,
like you need to be nggak bisa like Joe di kampung. Kayak di Indonesia kan seperti ada orang nikah sama bule and then jadi banyak tahu and like, oh kenapa saya tidak kerjain buat orang lain juga. And so you don't need to have some kind of like special certificate gitu. Kamu bisa jalan aja. Tapi di sini sepertinya
buat kita orang Indonesia yang mungkin banyak agen imigrasi Indonesia di Kanada atau di negara manapun, tapi yang kita kenal udah ada Mbak Maurin sekarang, jadi bisa ke Mbak Maurin, orang Indonesia juga.
Ibu Maurin aja atau Mbak atau Mbu?
Saya Mbak panggilnya.
Mbak?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just call her Maureen.
Yeah. Karena kalau ibu nanti kayaknya tua banget gitu kan, padahal dia kan masih muda.
Yeah. But like I said, they start calling you Boo really early in Indo.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Yeah.
Is there any new hobby that you find since moving to Canada?
Siapa nih? Saya apa kamu nih?
Latte. Any new hobby? You aja.
Iya. Kalau saya ada hobi baru ya itu, bongkar-bongkar. Jadi kuli.
Dan aku belajar itu kan, aku udah kursus-kursus gitu di Akadia dan itu hobi saya. Karena kalau waktu dulu sekolah itu when I was doing Islamic studies niat banget dan seru banget, so hobi juga. Tapi sekarang matematika aku udah berapa tahun nggak belajar matematika kan, dan dulu aku cuman kerjain biar selesai, biar tidak harus matematika lagi. Tapi kali ini seru, like aku kerjain soal itu kayak teka-teki and aku seperti dapat dopamine rush, like it's so fun. It feels like I'm doing a puzzle. I love it. So itu. Aku suka banget matematika.
CBD, ya. Flat the anger. Oh, itu anger namanya beneran. CBD or?
Are you talking about CBD?
Ini?
Oh.
CBD dong.
CBD.
Yeah.
CBD itu buat yang aches and pains gitu. Yeah. Okay. Sasa Angga bikin video makan burger beruang yang diomongin Pak Builder dong. We will have to.
Kayaknya kalau ada dagingnya di mana? Di toko, mungkin kita bisa nyobain. Tapi yang saya udah nyobain adalah steak apa tuh? Bison. Yang ibu beliin waktu itu?
Ya.
Enak loh, beneran.
Alright. Well, I would take you to have a bear burger if you want. Do you want to try a bear burger?
Ya, why not? Boleh nanti kapan-kapan.
Yeah, I saw the Facebook group. They have a Facebook group because there's like a hunting thing. Katanya kalau jalan-jalan di hutan ini, kan ada hutan-hutan banyak di keliling kita. And if you walk just like a mile into the woods somewhere, pokoknya mungkin kamu ditontonin sama 200 beruang. Beruangnya banyak banget. So yeah, they go on hunting escapades. You can join, bayar sekian, and then they can guide you. Mau?
Saya mau makannya aja, saya nggak mau
You don't want to go in the
ketemu,
woods?
enggak. Ketemu beruangnya nggak mau sih. Deket-deket.
Okay. Bikin video tahun baru vlog Sasa. Biar kita nggak merasa sendiri banget. Relo. Memang kamu merasa sendiri? Really? Are you going to do the New Year's all alone, guys? But we're going to be alone here, though. We're not going to go out. Just because, like, di sini lagi naik kan kasusnya. And kita mau tanggung jawab.
Indonesia sama Thailand berapa sekarang? Skornya?
Do you want to go?
Guys?
Do you want to go?
Oh, itu ada yang bantuin.
Oh, okay.
2-0. Kalah apa menang? Kalah dia, tadi kan 1-0. Gawat.
CBD bukannya cannabis, Kak. Kalau CBD doang, nggak ada THC-nya, berarti itu obat saja, bukan pemabuk. Ya. Tapi ada juga yang memabukkan kalau nggak dibersihin THC-nya kan.
Indonesia kalah 2-0.
Sorry guys, turut berduka.
Tapi belum selesai.
Oh, belum selesai?
Belum.
Okay. Sasha, Indonesia lagi lawan Thailand, nggak bisa nonton sekarang. Kak Sasa collab dengan Londo, collab dengan Londo Kampung. Yeah, I met Londo Kampung. Kita chat dulu waktu aku di Bali pas awal-awal karirnya dia, and then kita akhirnya collab di Bali juga, dia datang. Tapi ya aku tidak terlalu dekat sama dia, jadi nggak pamit waktu kesini. Tapi ya, I'm a supporter of the Londo Kampung empire. All right. Hidup Garut. Exactly, Maki. Hidup Garut.
Ya, Garut di mana-mana.
Kalau beruang haram, susu beruang aja.
Iya, nggak, tadi ada yang emang beruang haram.
Okay, here that's another thing that question I had. Well, first of all, cara potongnya yang bikin haram atau halal sama jenis dagingnya. Dan binatang yang makan daging itu tidak boleh dimakan manusia. Jadi tapi herbivore itu boleh. So like a deer, dia tidak makan monyet, deer makan rumput, makan berries, ini itu kan. Nah, as for the bear, they will eat meat. Tapi dia hampir vegetarian. So itu black bear yang kita punya di sini, dia makan berries, strawberry, I don't know lah, gitu-gitu. Tapi kalau ada raccoon yang ditabrak truk, itu beruang ambil makan. So yeah, probably haram. Tapi you're saying taring.
Nah, itu ada yang baca, aku nggak tahu. Tadi ada yang itu.
But yeah, the taring and the gigi tajam, that's a tanda bahwa ini makhluk suka makan daging kan?
Oh iya.
Yeah.
Okay. Berarti kita nggak boleh makan orang ya?
Jangan makan orang.
Makan teman?
Are you ready, Mom?
Soon.
Belum.
Okay, soon.
Tuh, kan?
Soon. She's coming soon.
Ibunya Sasa 10 menit aja belum. Lu nggak waktu tuh. 9.50 baru, Sa.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Makan jengkol enak. Saya setuju. Makan jengkol enak. Oh, she's getting ready. Look, she's going to get more coffee.
No, not yet.
Oh, she's got her good jeans on for you guys. She looks so good today.
Oh, yeah. I want to make sure I had a good bum.
She has a very good bum today, she said. Ibu, aku nunggu nih. Veronica, Cindy is saying that she's waiting. She's been waiting for you. Fitri says, Ibu.
Tim jengkol atau pete? Pete.
Ibu kumaha ibu. Okay. Outfit on point every day for mom. Oh yes. Yes, indeed. Nanti ada leg 2 lagi. This is game.
Oh, mainnya nanti 2 kali. Oke, sekarang bayar
Hmm.
utang dulu.
Yeah.
Oh, oke.
Somebody said, can we call her Ibu? Yes, you can call her Ibu. Vegan halal. Okay, so Vlad asked you want a fatwa on is it halal to eat a vegetarian person? Only if they're not wearing fake nails. Karena taring apa? Bukan taring apa? What are these?
Kuku.
Cakar.
Cakar,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, listen, don't ask me for fatwa, okay? Aku rasti banget. Okay.
Oh iya, nanti ya tuh udah ada yang siapin ini.
Oh, Lita udah minta PowerPoint presentation-nya.
Siapin pulpen sama kertas.
Dia marah
berarti.
banget aku ingatin PowerPoint presentation, so dia nggak suka aku tease dia. Oh, Daily Smile said, Mrs. Lois, please make me your child. Oh, she's out. She can't hear me right now. Baru join pada ngobrol apa nih? Romi, ibu saya Professor Lois mau datang sebentar lagi, so you guys can ask her any questions that you like. She almost wanted to spend some time studying Indonesia before coming to talk, and I was like, nggak usah gitu. Whatever is still in your head, you don't have to be like, this is not the UN, right? It's just a live channel, but like, oh, my reputation, and I have to be, hampir dia belajar lagi tuh.
Ini Dimas sudah nanya 2 kali kayaknya.
What?
Dimas Aditya.
Lulusan SMA apa bisa cari kerja di sana? Iya, bisa. Yes, bisa. Banyak job yang bisa. Tapi itu gajinya.
Yeah.
All right. So should you get some paper and jot down? Was there any questions that you saw that there?
Oh, okay.
You can start taking questions for
Ibu.
For Ibu if there are any. Yes, he wants to know if she wants to smoke more Indonesian cigarettes.
Ibu nulis buku ya itu.
And Palm Tree ask about her books.
Okay.
And nyalain Premiere dulu, aku telat kan. Okay, I'll try the Premiere thing next time. May Charming, Sa, can you explain more about study home care or caregiver? Oh, itu. Kan ada college, Nova Scotia Community College gitu. And di situ ada kursusnya. Tapi jadi you can study and then get a certificate, lalu kerja home care, tapi harganya hampir $12,000 Kanada, dan buat saya cuman 3,700 or something. So
Okay.
Ibu saja yang saya tahu.
Ibu 6 menit lebih awal.
Oh,
siap.
Oh my God! Look, she's got her catatan. You have catatan? Okay.
What's
And
that?
ini moderator Anda.
No,
You have to come.
I need to go to Blue House.
What? You're coming to
Blue House.
Mereka mau kamu bisa
No.
bahasa Inggris.
She's not up yet. What if she screams?
Then I will
Yeah,
go.
that's why.
I go. Duduk cicing
No.
Okay.
cicing
Okay.
So you're the moderator.
Really?
He's the moderator.
Where are you going?
You don't like this moderator? If you do bad job, I fire.
Yeah. Let him go to the Blue House. Let him go to the Blue House.
Okay.
No, but he's translating the questions. You have a lot of notes
Oh.
there. Look, Ibu, catatannya banyak banget. Gini. No,
Fart.
no, you're not gonna fart. Oh my God. Katanya mau pergi fart. Bohong. Okay. Whew. All right. The 2 questions that we have already.
Oh, really?
Well, just a couple. See, everyone's saying hello, Prof. And then my mom. Come on, Mom.
Okay.
Oh, not my mom. It's just Ibu with a K.
I'm
Okay.
here. I'm here. I'm here. Hi.
All right. I like Ibu already. Oh, makeup of Ibu Lois is on
Yes,
point. So on
yes,
point.
yes.
Your smile melting me, Mom. Oh my God, Prof. Lois, come. Hi, Mom. I'm Ingrid. What's your job? You're so beautiful. Okay. Oh my God. What does Professor Lois do with her spare time? Okay. Wow, there's so many questions. Do you want to try more Indonesian cigarettes?
No.
They want to know about your books.
What about my books? I have lots of books. I like books. I love books.
The ones you wrote.
Oh, my books I wrote.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, I've written a number of books, but only 2 you can buy on Amazon. I don't recommend it, but because they're kind of academic and, as Z would say, they're very boring.
Mm.
One was called Entrepreneurship, Theory and Practice, and it was a study of entrepreneurship policy support in 10 countries around the world, 6 in Europe, Canada, the United States, Australia, and Taiwan were included. And the other one was called Fostering. No, what was it called? Private Enterprise, and I'd have to look at the title of it.
You forgot the title of your book, Mom.
Anyway, it was a book on entrepreneurship and small business support policies in 12 Arab countries, in Middle East countries. Yeah.
Mm.
And so one was published in 2005, and one was by Springer Publishing, and the other one in 2010 by Edward Elgar Publishing. The other ones I've written have been published too, but not by commercial booksellers, by research institutes or whatever. Plus, I did a lot of research when I was a professor, and articles published in academic journals. So
Hans Play said, "Oh my God, it's too much for my little brain."
I know, mine too. I look at them now and I go, oh my God, how did I ever do that? Writing a book is not easy. I tell you, it is really, really hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Stressful.
Hello, Prof. Lois. Do you still teach in those fields?
No. I lecture sometimes. I might do a lecture at a university sometimes, but it's been a while since I've done that. I still do some presentations, and I still do some training on women's entrepreneurship. Yeah. So, but most of my work now is consulting, and in other countries, and I do a lot of writing and analyzing and writing. And I'm doing a project right now on 10 countries in Asia, including Indonesia, on women's entrepreneurship.
Mm. Yeah. Somebody said Ibu looks like Kate Bush, and I need to Google Kate Bush.
Yeah, me too.
Later. Let's see. Hi, Mom. You look fab. Mom, please adopt me as your son. From Bertha.
Okay.
Wow, that's super cool. Okay. Hi, Prof. Lois Stevenson. You look young and fabulous. Somebody wanted you to spill what that lipstick is.
Oh, it's L'Oreal 351, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like L'Oreal lipsticks. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Question for Prof. Lois. Does a permanent resident have the opportunity to become a politician in Canada?
Yes, of course. Why not?
You don't have to be a citizen to be governor or something?
Yeah, no. It said
permanent resident.
Permanent resident. Yeah, permanent resident can run for office. Yeah.
Even without a passport? You don't have to be a Canadian citizen?
A permanent resident.
Well, I'm a permanent resident of Canada. You are too, but we're also citizens. And I think what he meant is if you're not a citizen yet.
Oh, I think you have to be a citizen. Yeah, yeah. But there are 3 levels of government. So there's lots of opportunity to run for municipal office or provincial office or federal office. Yeah, but I think you have to be a citizen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in these parts, they don't like it if you're from away. Because Uncle David was from Toronto, right? Didn't he run?
Yeah, but he didn't have enough. He ran for municipal office, but he didn't have enough. He didn't have any support. I mean, if you were, no, I don't mean that. I mean, if you want to, become elected in a
Mhm.
in a vote, then you have to have a lot of people working with you, like knocking on doors and visiting people. And he
Yeah.
didn't.
He made an ad for
He
on
didn't get-
Facebook. I saw it on
Yeah,
Facebook.
he did, but he didn't have a campaign. And so the guy who had been in the position for 12 years already won hands down.
Right. Yeah.
And then he didn't try again. David didn't try again.
Ridwan says entrepreneurship policy, theory, and practice. Authors Anders
Yes.
Lundstrom.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And Anders, you had that was a headache, right? Writing with Anders. I shouldn't say that on live stream.
No. It was a headache because he's Swedish. And he of course he has English, but when he writes, it's like a Swinglish. So in that book, we did the we collaborated in the research project, but with the book, the Springer book, we decided that he would write 3 chapters and I would write 4. And then he'd send me his 3 chapters and I go, oh my God, it's gonna have to rewrite it all, right?
Mm.
He was really mad at me, but I mean, it was not, you didn't know what, and you had to get inside of his head to think this is what he's writing, but what is he really trying to say? Anyway, it was a big project and a success.
Mm. Dini wants to know, Ibu, could you give us any advice for don't stop learning? Hua, I feel demotivated these days.
Yeah, that happens. I like learning, so and I like learning. So I like doing new projects and doing work on countries that I've not done research on before. So I like the learning aspect of that. But sometimes you can get not motivated, like you just don't want to do anything for a bit. But I'm the kind of person that, like go, and then crash. And then I got worried. Oh, I'm not motivated. But then, then it passes and then you're right back in it. So don't give up.
Prof, what makes you so productive?
What makes me so productive? Oh, I don't feel very productive these days, but this
living alone might have made you more productive.
No. That's nothing to do with that.
Because when you guys leave and go to the store, I'm way more productive.
Yes, well, that's a whole other story. When Z's asleep, I'm not way more productive. Deadlines, because I have clients and that I have to produce work for, and then when I get the work done, I get paid, and so meeting deadlines and not feeling too stressed about that, and also earning the money that comes at the end of it. Yeah, that's all very keeps you productive and motivated.
Here's a question. A difficult question, but whatever. Hi, Ibu, give me some advice. I want to import some secondhand clothing from Canada. What would I supposed to do?
Well, I thought, Sasha, that you told me one time that you weren't allowed to import secondhand clothing into Indonesia.
Vevin didn't say that he was in Indonesia. He just said, I want to import from Canada. However, I do know that these guys import from the US.
Yes.
So that's the place to go to buy it, right? The US then?
Well, you can probably get used clothing from anywhere. I mean, for Canada, it's easy to import from the US because it's right there, but maybe not, might be too expensive to ship it all the way to Indonesia. I don't know.
So maybe Australia or something.
Australia or China?
Or China?
I mean, to import the goods, you got to, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. We don't know where.
But you have to find out in the country wherever you live, harus cari tahu, bisa nggak impor di situ, karena in Indonesia, you're not allowed to import secondhand clothing.
That's what I thought you told me.
Because it's considered garbage, which is not. It's absolutely not garbage, but I
But
don't
I
know.
thought
Like,
it
you know,
was-
politics lah. Kenapa
Yeah, but
ada
I thought
aturan
they
itu?
saw it as competition for domestically produced clothing.
Oh, I
So-
thought it was competition for the cheap Chinese clothing.
Okay. Anyway, there are rules about importing wherever you are. So you have to check with the country that you're in and see what the regulations are for importing, what the transportation vehicles are, you know, ports, airports, that kind of thing, whether there are tariffs, extra costs for importing from one country to another. And then, you know, how you're going to sell it, what your distribution is going to be. So there are some questions you have to ask, but yeah.
Okay, Ibu, aku mau nanya. I want to ask. Apakah benar sudah sebuah bisnis kecil diharuskan? Oh, is it true that for a small business must have money to do good promotion on website, social media? Sorry, my translation very bad.
Yeah. Marketing, advertising is very important to a small business. And advertising, promoting on internet is the way to do it these days. So using social media, I find in Asian countries, Facebook is a popular way to promote your product. It doesn't necessarily cost that much money to advertise or promote on social media. Not like buying a full page ad in a newspaper, for example, or buying a TV ad. Those, I mean, big companies still do that, but for the small businesses, social media is a really good way, and it doesn't cost to promote, and it doesn't cost. I mean, you need to have a good website. That would be helpful, and good design of your ad, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's not that expensive, and yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I would probably, like, if I didn't want to learn how to do it though, I would hire somebody else to manage that for me though.
Yeah,
Because if not, if you don't want to learn
Right,
it, then
right,
and you're
right.
just like, oh, it doesn't
Mm,
matter what
mm,
because this
mhm.
is somebody's job. People study this, right?
Is this person in Indonesia?
I'm
yeah.
assuming.
Yeah, and especially since the COVID. I mean, well, first of all, governments and you know, small business ministries or departments in government offices really are promoting the use of e-commerce by small businesses, and especially since COVID 2020, there's a big policy push to get small businesses to adopt e-commerce and digital technologies. And then there are programs in place to help the small businesses adopt those. So it could be, excuse me, it could be some grant funding for you to hire a consultant in order to do that for you properly, to design your website, to help you get online, to help you, you know, with your promotion. So in Indonesia, the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology, MCI, there's a Ministry of Small Business, Small Medium Enterprise and Cooperatives, and they also have a number of programs. So actually, there's a small business support center network in Indonesia that
Dia riset dulu ini.
yeah, and well, in English, it's the Integrated Business Service Centers for Cooperatives and SMEs as small medium enterprises. But this is the
Pusat
Indonesian
Layanan Usaha Terpadu Koperasi plus UMKM.
Yeah,
What a name.
Yeah, and they're called Plut KUM.
What?
I know. Anyway, they're government offices and to support small businesses. And
so what would they do there?
They answer your questions, and they give you a roadmap. Like, okay, you need this. You should go talk to so and so, or there's a program that can help you.
Really? So you think? Have you met these people before?
Some of them.
Oh, udah pernah. And so you would say these people are going to be helpful.
That would be the promise. But there's also other, especially for young entrepreneurs, and I assume a lot of the people on the
live stream.
The live stream are young people concerned about being 30 and being too old. Because I was involved in a study of small business development in Indonesia in 2018. So that's 3 years ago, and there could be developments since then. But the Ministry of Youth and Sports, for example, has a whole young entrepreneur startup program. You can get information on how to start a business. There's youth entrepreneurship capital institutions where you can borrow money to help you with your startup. There are startup incubator programs. There are beginner entrepreneur programs. There are Minister of Agriculture has support programs for young people who want to become farmers or commercial farmers. So actually, there's a lot of support out there for young people who want to start a business plan competitions, business idea competitions, entrepreneur boot camps. You just have to, search for the ones that are available to you wherever it is that you live.
Somebody said cybersecurity industry is also booming right now,
Yeah.
but Indonesia is at least 100 years behind the West. I don't think you are.
Could be in cybersecurity.
Maybe
it might not be on ICT. I mean,
but there's huge market potential there.
Absolutely huge market potential. And if you have any competence at all in information technologies, a little bit of market research, some partnerships, putting a team together, could be a big opportunity for you. Where is Anga?
I'm gonna go get him. He ran away. Karena dia malu pakai bahasa Inggris. He's so shy.
He went to the Blue House.
He did not.
Mm-hmm.
You saw him go up there?
No, I didn't. That's what he wanted to do.
I saw him. His bumba pass by.
Okay.
So I think he went upstairs.
Okay.
I
hear.
Okay. Yeah. Sasha said everything in Canada is ribet because everything need permit. Do I have to have a permit to be in the catering business? For example, catering for my community neighbors?
Big question. Normally, to have a catering business in Canada, for example, you would have to have a permit because you're serving food for other people and accepting some liability for the quality of that, not only the quality but the safety of that food. But there are a lot of people, women in particular, doing home-based businesses, catering to the local community that maybe do not have the proper permits or licenses.
That's the black market.
And in Indonesia, you'd have a lot of that probably, right? Because you've got the people selling stuff at the what do you call them? The little carts on the
kiosks.
Side of the, do you call them kiosks?
Kaki lima.
Yeah. So technically, theoretically, you should have a permit, but I'm sure a lot do not, like just operate informally under the radar screen. Yeah.
In Indonesia doesn't seem to be bothered by that. Yeah. Like you just, sell satay around the neighborhood. And does Canada really care? Are they after that at all? Or is it kind of like, it's okay lah, don't bug them. They're not allowed, but it's okay. Is it like that?
That's a good question, because there are farmers markets in the summertime, for example, where there's food vendors. But whether they have to have a permit to sell the food, I don't know. That's a good question.
I asked a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Very good question.
All right. Waduh, Ibu benar-benar prepare. Ini hebat, Ibu. Yes, he said, oh, your mother really prepared for this.
I don't have all the answers, I tell you.
Swarty said, you need to know that we are enjoying this session, honestly speaking.
Okay, good.
All right, everybody give thumbs up for Ibu. We want to get Ibu to 1,000 likes. Then you can tell it your Facebook followers.
Yes,
all right.
All 120 of them.
Professor Lois, what is your main inspiration for learning entrepreneurship? Maybe some sort of mindset, lingkungan, or your surroundings. What keeps you going even after a burnout? Oh, yeah. Why entrepreneurship, Mom?
Well, I started out as a young professor looking for a research topic of my own. And I went to a conference, an entrepreneurship conference one weekend, and there were 150 people there and only 6 women. And me and 4 government workers and 1 woman entrepreneur. And I thought, why aren't there more women entrepreneurs here? And so then I started doing research on women who own their own businesses. And then that started this whole journey to, women's entrepreneurship, and then looking at, oh God, here we go. Looking at small business development, and then looking at young entrepreneurs, and
Just bringing out the award just so they know.
yeah. Yes, well, there
Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
This is hard to get, guys.
yeah, that's an Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year.
Yeah, I
award.
think like Khairul Tanjung or somebody has one.
Really?
I don't know. I saw somebody, some important Indonesian was in the newspaper for getting one years ago. And I thought, oh, my mom has one of those on the mantle.
I do. Yeah, it's one of my
for
prized
supporting
ones.
entrepreneurship.
And then I would take Sasha with me to conferences. We went to Entrepreneur of the Year conference in Palm Springs, California one year. And she was going, why did you bring me here? It's so boring.
Oh, yeah. Somebody earlier wanted to know if you have any stories, like childhood stories of me.
What kind of stories? Where would I begin? No, Sasha was very creative, and she could play by herself nicely as an only child, but she had lots of creative ideas. And I told her the other day, I felt a little bit guilty because I was often too busy to because she needed help to implement her idea, and I would go, oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Sasha. And then, but then you'd have to spend a lot of time helping her develop the idea. Anyway, she hated entrepreneurship. She'd go, oh, this is so, why are you doing this? And then she kind of became an entrepreneur in her own way, right? Because you really can't work for anybody else. You can't have a boss because
I can have clients.
You can have clients, but yes, and you listen to
something that feels different about having a client versus having a boss.
Yeah. So I think entrepreneurship is a good avenue for a lot of people, but not everybody, because some people really prefer to work for somebody else and have a boss and be told what to do. Sasha was not one of those people.
Well, you used to bring, because you don't have much choice, right? Like as a single parent here, where you don't have nannies, right? No. So it's just like her options are limited. So she would, not only did you take me on vacations, well, it was a vacation for me, but you were doing a conference or something, but partly fun too. You'd have some time to have a day or two where we drive somewhere. But you dragged me to those places, and I was not a very grateful child. I was a very cranky, dark.
That's not true.
Individual.
No, but I remember once I had to do training workshop for women entrepreneurs in Halifax, which was an hour away from where we lived, and her babysitter was sick that day, and I went, oh my God, what am I going to do? Right? She's 3.5 or something. So I went, okay, I have to take her with me to the workshop. So I took a big blanket and a whole bunch of stuff that she could play with, and then she could sit in the corner and I could do my training. And so I'm in the middle of the training, and and the women in the audience are all laughing, and I thought, oh well, I didn't think I was that funny. And I turned around, and Sasha had set up a puppet show right behind me. And was doing puppeteering, and so
they weren't listening to your.
No, they weren't listening to me. They were
watching my show.
Yeah. But I got a good review from that workshop, so yeah, you were an asset, I guess. I wasn't invited back though.
Oh, sorry.
And I took you to classes sometimes, occasionally, because I didn't have any choice, so I was teaching class and I had to take you. But
Tia asks, is it better to create a startup in an emerging country or be a pioneer? And being a pioneer, or create a startup in a developed country where the economy is more stable?
It depends. I think in an emerging country, there's actually more opportunity. because there's there's lots of types of businesses that don't exist there. So they exist in developed countries, and you can get the idea, and you can then we could do that here. So so there's I actually think there's more opportunity in emerging country because it's growing, right? And there's more rapid growth in a developed country.
And if you're educated, you have smart, educated, you have less competition.
You have less competition. There's more
people still need time to we have to go to university. You know what I mean? So you don't have right?
So in a developed country, there's still lots of opportunity, but maybe it's more in the technology area. No, there's still room for mom and pop type businesses though in rural areas and developed countries. There's always opportunities for entrepreneurship.
So we're not having the apocalypse? I thought we were having the apocalypse. Always opportunities. You're too positive.
What is the apocalypse anyway? Who keeps something with the apocalypse? What apocalypse? We were talking this morning about all the opportunities created from the COVID experience, right? All of the production of rapid tests and masks and gowns and service jobs, contact tracing. And I don't know, there are a lot of new job creation in Canada, but you don't know where it is. I think that COVID has created a lot of job opportunities and also entrepreneurial opportunities. Because entrepreneurship thrives in adversity. This was one of the sayings from a while ago, and it's so true. If there's a recession, it's a good time to start a business. Yeah.
If there's a recession, it's a good time to start a business.
Yeah. Okay. Businesses are failing and new ones are starting up and thriving. So when you lose your job, you can always start a business.
Hey guys, greetings from Sydney, Australia. Question about remote working post-pandemic. Has Canada adopted remote working, and has it been widely accepted and supported by businesses?
Yeah, it has. Mind you, Canada for a number of years has had flexible work sort of rules, and so some don't have to go to the office every day. Not everywhere, but but since COVID, oh my God, yeah.
It was just on the news this morning.
Yes.
9,000 people from Ontario have relocated to Nova Scotia because of
they can work from home.
Working from home.
Doesn't matter where you live anymore.
Yeah.
And some of the major IT companies in California, since COVID, have moved their headquarters out of California to Idaho, or where costs are a lot less. Their workers are still in California, but it's all remote, and everybody's adopted the new technologies for having Zoom meetings and all kinds of software for sharing files. And it's been widely adopted. I don't know what's going to happen after. I don't.
Claire wants to know, have you ever started a business?
Yes, I have, in fact, in the 80s. I was doing my PhD work in England. And while I was there, I met some entrepreneurs, people with businesses, and they had this new technology product, and I kind of fell in love with it. And they were looking for a Canadian distributor partner, and so I invited them over here and set them up with some meetings with other people, and so on and so forth. And then that was kind of slow, and I went, oh well, maybe we could do it ourselves. And so I was still a professor. I was still teaching at the university, and I had a partner, and we bought we signed an agreement to buy the licensing rights from the University of Cardiff in Wales, which owned the technology, and then the Canadian rights to distribute products made with this product in Canada from the company. And anyway, it's a complicated story. So we started importing products made with this material, this insulation material, with the idea of setting up a manufacturing plant eventually to manufacture the material here and then sell it to other manufacturers. And it was big. We did demos with Mark's Work Warehouse and Sun Ice, and Went across, had distributors across Canada for one of the products. Well, actually, it was horse blankets, but that's beside the point. Queen Anne was using the horse blankets made with this material in her stables in England, and anyway.
And it was an interesting time.
Yeah, it was interesting.
There was flectalon everywhere,
There was
all over the house.
everywhere.
And I fell down. Aku sekolah dulu kan, sekolah and elementary school, and I fell down. I tumbled down a hill in the playground. It was so painful, so painful. I sprained my knee. Something happened to my knee. Until today, I have a pain in my knee. So I go home, right? Thinking that mom would take me to the hospital so I can get an x-ray to make sure. And she's like, oh, just put the horse blanket thing on it.
Yeah, they were
and
gel packs.
She had a gel pack for a horse, and she put it on
horse legs.
Her daughter, even though the hospital is free. And she's like, you just need a little ice with the horse thing.
We had the special gel made up, to put in the leg wraps for horses, it was fun. It was very exciting. We were talking to venture capital companies and doing business plans, and I learned a lot. So now I have a 360, right? I've taught entrepreneurship. I've studied entrepreneurship. I've had my own business, so I had the experience of entrepreneurship, and I worked in government doing entrepreneurship policy. So 360.
Bias Osi says, hello, I want to ask about corruption in Canada.
We have no corruption.
If you want negative stuff, it's really hard to get it out of her.
Yeah, we have some corruption, but
really?
Yeah, of course.
She finally admits it.
No, well, there's corruption everywhere. It's the nature of it and the extent of it. We haven't had a big scandal for politically. We haven't had a big scandal for a long time where like massive amounts of money were involved.
Oh, what was that? This is maybe a smaller, because this wasn't like the president or anything, but this was something. We were on a trip, and you and Annette, I think, were like, oh, have you heard? Like, oh, he took the money from this and he went down to the islands with his mistress. And there's some of that. Do you know the time that I'm talking about? I don't know but I do remember you were talking about somebody that you worked with had taken some of the money that belonged to.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And they were taking trips to the Bahamas with their mistress.
Yeah.
And using.
I don't remember the specific story, but that happens for sure. And I remember when, because I lived in Cairo for 4 years working in Egypt, the Middle East, and when the Arab Spring happened, because Mubarak, who was the president of Egypt then and for a long time, and people loved Mubarak. And then when the Arab Spring happened, and then people turned against him, and then they went to the palace and they climbed over the walls, and anyway, so he kind of escaped overnight. Went to the UK. And then he was later charged with corruption and so on. But when you start discovering how much corruption Mubarak and his wife were party to, and how much money they had taken out of the country, in houses all over the world, and wow. But you didn't know it at the time.
There's more opportunity in emerging economies. So if that's your business model, it's better over there, yeah?
So, and then in the Philippines, and with Aquino, the one who had the 3,000 pairs of shoes.
I haven't been following.
Okay, that's a long time ago.
Obviously, haven't been following.
Yeah, but I think some of the donor organizations are putting a lot more controls on, because a lot of the international organizations putting money into emerging and developing economies, and the money doesn't necessarily get to the cause, doesn't get to the people. Putting more controls so that it doesn't disappear. Corruption, bad.
All right. So okay, we're done with corruption though. Okay. what are some of the,
Are you talking about Epstein? No. About taking the missus to the other country. Yeah, but I was watching the story of Peter Nygaard, because Nygaard Clothing was a major Canadian.
Yes, Nygaard
company.
slim pants. You gave me a pair.
yeah, I
They were
know.
great. Aku pakai itu
I
terus.
know.
Every time I went on TV and
I
I had to look
know.
like dressed up, I'd wear the Nygaard slim pants.
I loved the Nygaard clothing. It fit me so well.
And ternyata
Mm.
itu,
And then, oh my God, he was so
what is it called? Hidung belang, hidung merah. Anyway,
Peter Nygaard. Yeah, not
Mm.
looking so good these days, and the company's gone bankrupt, and Winnipeg is a mess. And what?
it's bankrupt.
Yep. Mhm.
Really?
He declared
How the hell?
bankruptcy.
His pants were fine.
I know,
Why
they-
can't people just forgive him? It's nothing to do with his business. Those were our pants. How
know.
come we must suffer?
I know they were best, and then there's some designers who are trying to emulate, trying to copy that, but they're
Cannot.
just cannot.
Cannot. Ibu Lois, can you tell me how to be an independent woman like you? You are so inspiring, and I like your positive vibes.
It's not easy. I like being independent. I tell the story of when I was growing up. My mother was a stay-at-home. She had four kids, and my dad went to the factory every day, and so she didn't have any of her own money. So she'd have to ask Dad for money to do anything. And I was watching this, and I was thinking, okay, I am never going to have to ask a man for money. I'm going to have my own money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a major, and I was only young when I was making this observation. So being economically independent, in my view, was the key to happiness. It doesn't work for everybody, but it's been one of my major principles to live by. However, I'm going to start relying on Sasha to take care of me. So I'm going to
Don't worry, I have a lot of rupiah in the bank.
You're going to make a lot of money with that cryptocurrency.
Oh, somebody was asking about crypto. So what do you think? Do you think crypto is a scam?
No, I don't think it's a scam. I'm not quite sure what I think it is, but I mean, over the centuries, there have been different forms of say money, of exchange, right? Bartering initially before money was created, and then you're going to create money, and then it's based on gold, and then it's not, and then it's trading belt buckles for carrots, and now it's just another exchange form of exchange, and that's all I can say. Sasha knows a lot more about it than I do.
I love reading about cryptocurrency. Although maybe, yeah, they're not all currencies. I mean, it's all banyak banget.
It is a currency. We think about currencies being monetary, but currency is exchange.
But the way that Bitcoin, every cryptocurrency is different, and Bitcoin in particular it seems to be acting more like the gold of the internet, or the gold of cryptos. And it's just like gold, like you don't like gold could be a medium of exchange. It has been in the past. It probably still is somewhere, but now it's not. I don't know. So it's behaving more like gold is to us. Like maybe some prepper out there would buy a bar of gold.
Oh yeah.
Keep it upstairs.
Would still do that.
Yeah. But that's kind of like what Bitcoin is.
No, it's
at
not.
the moment. That's kind of what it is.
You can't touch it and feel it, and
who goes home at night and touches their bars of gold? Like, who's that duck in that cartoon?
Some people do.
I don't know, man. What can you do with a bar of gold? And I'm thinking, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well,
I'm not a gold connoisseur.
My sister, Ed Gale, used to be an auditor for a bank. And one of her jobs as the auditor was to go in and count gold, like, because they kept the gold in the vaults, right? And so they'd get into the vault, and then they'd have gold bars all day. And then when they came out, security would be at the door, and they'd be scraping their hands, because some of the gold dust would be on your hands, and they'd even scrape their hands to get the gold dust off their
my
hands. And
gosh.
so she literally did count gold every day.
Oh,
Count her gold.
in fact,
Wasn't her
some of the
but-
gold went into her bloodstream with the dust, right?
Oh, that was the danger, was it?
Yeah.
And then when the World Trade Centers
Scrooge McDuck.
9/11 happened, the Scotiabank had tons of gold bars, like underneath, like in the ground, like not in the ground, but below the surface of the World Trade Center. Yeah. So the thing was, oh my God, is our gold safe? Yeah. So they got all the gold bars out of the basement of the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Robert Downey. Look, Robert Downey.
Robert Downey.
Yeah,
Where?
right there.
I think he might be like a fake account.
Not the.
Are you the real?
Robert Downey?
Canada will have advantage if climate change happens. Oh, that's what we were talking about the other day.
How will Canada? Oh, you think
It'll
we'll be
just be-
safer?
Well, because I was telling you about that canal thing.
Right.
So instead of the Panama Canal, it'll be the
the
Canadian Arctic Canal or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, that's right. Because the Arctic
that could be
ice is melting.
Possible, but it'll be good things and bad things. It'll be good and bad with climate change. So but it won't be all bad.
No.
So like bad thing, we have a few more hurricanes now, but good thing, our winters are not that bad.
On this coast, but we were talking this morning on the west coast, like Vancouver now is colder than it is in Nova Scotia. And normally, like in January, I've been in Vancouver in January and the tulips are up. And now they're getting snow and they're a lot colder and it's 35 below zero in northern Alberta. And we're like,
we could be the new
today.
BC. BC used to be
It's
the place
weird.
to go. And then all the house price go to the moon.
Yeah,
everybody wants to move there.
Yeah.
And then now it looks like they're drowning. There's floods. There's probably gonna be an earthquake or something. And they're cold and it just Nova Scotia is gonna be the new BC. You watch. That's where I put my money. Yeah. Your house gonna go to the moon, Mom. It's always that safe sex mug.
Somebody asked me if I was into stock, in the stock market.
Yeah, do you like stocks?
I have registered retirement savings plans, which is basically.
I wouldn't reveal too much of your financial.
No. I'm just saying, like that is buying stocks, but in a controlled way.
Ibu suka pakai manager, yeah. You like to have a financial advisor.
Yes, I don't do it on my own. And I have had some, private equity, like, buying some stocks. I've never really done very well with it. So it's different ways of investing money, right? Real estate's another one.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very interesting. I like to watch Meet Kevin. You guys watch Meet Kevin? I'm always watching Meet Kevin. Mom probably thinks it's a bit strange that.
Who's Meet Kevin?
The guy with the pink hair that sometimes I'm watching.
Oh yeah. Oh,
talking about the stock market and like what's going on in the news with the pink hair. And Mom's like, oh my God,
please,
what's going on with this generation?
Can you turn down your volume, please, on your phone?
I think Meet Kevin does a fabulous job on his channel.
Yeah, but that little voice of his. Okay.
All right. Are we done?
Are we finished?
Yeah, we went. What cryptos?
They went Shafanga.
What cryptos you have and going to hold? None of us have crypto. We lost all our crypto in a boating accident.
What?
Anyway, you know what I mean. All right. So we're done. We're done.
Yeah, they want Anga back. The chef.
All right.
They want Anga back.
I think. Yeah. Right. I'll tell him to say bye.
Mom, what made you sure about Sasha's father when you first met him and got married with him? He was really cute. And he was very smart. And he was very interesting to talk to. He was.
And we're gonna Google Kate Bush, see who you look like.
Okay.
Subscribers.
No, they want you, chef. Anga.
Saya mau kerja dulu di
Chef,
rumah dia.
Chef Angus, give them a recipe.
Indomie pakai telur. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We didn't make 1,000 likes today because I didn't push it. Next time I'm going to push it again. Usually I push for 1,000 likes
Oh my God.
because I wanted you to have the 1,000 likes so that you
Maybe
go
they-
tell your friends on Facebook.
They
But
didn't like me.
they did. You just
No,
need
they
to
didn't.
harass them. We need to harass them 4 times to get 1,000 likes. That's basically how it works. But I only told them to like
Look,
once.
there were 840. Now there's only 833.
No, those are the people watching. And these are the likes.
Oh.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you next stream next week. Yeah.
833 people?